Alright, so now we're going to talk about last but probably the most important thing about my presentation is how to actually use Prezi in the classroom and why you should use Prezi in the classroom. So we're going to jump ahead to this slide that I created while you guys were gone, and this is reasons and ways to use Prezi in the classroom. For the following reasons, Prezi is good to use in the classroom. It can be interactive, it allows for creativity, it is very easy to make. Everything is digital, so it's easier to hold on to. You don't have to worry about keeping up with a stack of papers. If you put your lesson plans on here, you can just have them all on a flash drive or in your email, and you can have them every single year, and you're not wasting paper and things like that. And then also, it's completely free for teachers, students, parents, everyone. So this is something that you can have, and all of your students or your students' parents, depending on what grade level you're in, all of your students' parents can also have this too. And I'll show you some ways that you can use this to interact with different parents that you have. So we're going to zoom in on this bubble right here. Oops. So interactivity and creativity. This can be used in your classrooms, upper elementary. You can use this to work on groups to do like book reports, how I was talking about earlier. Students can use this, create a book report on a book that they read, present it to the class, and then it lets them bring their own style of creativity into the lesson that they're doing. I've also seen in classrooms where you can use this for think, pair, share. You can have your morning bell work question up there, or like a series of questions that you're going to ask students after you've done a lesson, maybe for like an assessment type of thing. And you ask the question of the students, and then maybe they do like thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no, or maybe you have a different signal in your classroom that you use, but you can use this for students, and you can get an idea of where students stand on different lessons, and they can turn and share with their elbow buddy or however you want to run it in your classroom. I've also seen where this was used for storytelling, and teachers actually upload a prezi of the different pages of a book, and then in the classroom you can project it up onto the smartboard or the whiteboard, and students can actually get up and click. If it's on a smartboard, they can actually click the arrow to go onto the next page, so that makes it more interactive. If you're really tech savvy, you can add in your own animations, and you can have characters and pictures like going across the screen as the story's being read, which brings us to like being able to create your own style. You're able to put in what you want, what relates to your topic, how you feel about it. You can display all of that through the color scheme that you use, the theme that you use, the animations that you use. And those are all really cool elements of Prezi. You can also use this for typical presentations, students and teachers alike. You can take polls in class. So you could have something up if you're doing a survey, maybe you're teaching about graphs or something like that. You could do like a survey, and you can have students like all tell you what their favorite animal is, and you can enter it in as you're going along, and you can be editing it and doing it that way in your classroom. And then another really important aspect of Prezi is just the style of Prezi in general. As you'll see when we flow through the Prezi at the very end, it is very smooth transitions. It's not very laggy. You can incorporate it. You can make it do swirls in between each one. You can make it spin on the side. You can make it just flow straight forward. And there are a lot of different articles and opinions by educational professionals that say that this is a good thing because it keeps students interested in what you're actually teaching them. So that is another really cool aspect that you get with Prezi, as opposed to Microsoft PowerPoint where it's just lagging going from one to the next one. Maybe you have like a cool transition of like the screen fading in and out, but Prezi has a lot more that you can do with it. Another cool way to use Prezi would be to use it as a homework portal. You can attach different PDF documents of your homework, and then if a student misses class or something like that, the parents can see the actual homework. So they'll be able to see like what their students missed. Or with lower elementary grades, in one of my classrooms, we always have trouble with like students losing their homework, and then the teacher or the parents don't know what was my student supposed to bring home, what was my student actually supposed to do. So if you have time in your life, you can update this daily, and parents will know, okay, on Monday night we need to be doing this worksheet, on Tuesday night we need to be doing this worksheet, and they can match up the pictures or the links with what you have in your folder, and then they can match it to what's in their student's folder or their child's folder, and then they'll make sure that their child is doing the right homework. So that's another really cool way. And then another, like the last way that I have, is just by creating your own lessons. And these are just photos of some lessons that I found on the internet by different people. Someone did a Georgia O'Keeffe lesson plan. Someone did one on the warrior princess and the Mumbai people. And then this is turn and talk, which is basically just where you talk with your partner in your classroom. Whoops, sorry. So these are all like really cool lesson plans, and then the teachers have these. They're able to keep them for the next year. They already have videos, worksheets all implemented into them, and so you don't have to worry about scrambling and figuring it out and getting it all together every single year. All you need to do is make edits from the previous year, in order to be able to establish like higher order, like what do your students need to work on, what didn't work so well last year, things like that. But basically, for the most part, you can just take the same lesson that you had the year before, hopefully. So these are just some really cool ways to use Prezi in your classroom. There are a lot of different ways, especially if you have an interactive whiteboard or a smart board. You can do different types of games on them, because you can make things where they're able to move, or you can write on it, things like that. So those are all really cool if you have that available to you as well. If not, you can still use Prezi simply just by projecting it up onto a regular whiteboard, via a projector in your classroom. So it's a really nice tool to be able to use, and I hope that it's something that you all use in your classroom.